Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name's the British Eagle, and today we're doing the same thing. If you're here, you know what we're doing. We've been doing this for like 70 episodes.
Hello.
Hoenn is...
Ooh.
Wow, that would have been great if we could have kept that.
Ooh.
So, we're going to get our
Today, that
encounter
bad
to
boy.
start today's episode. I'm going to use a bit of honey. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, you can't do it because the rain.
You can't because of the rain.
Oh, I
You
forgot
just gotta get
about
the
that.
normal
That
encounters.
sucks. I got all that honey and
Also-
I can't even use it. Ugh.
You need 2 encounters, by the way.
What's that?
You need 2.
Why?
You need the one for the first time on this route, but then you said you never got the encounter to match my
Oh, yes, I do.
Cricketot.
That's a good point. I probably should have
So-
done that off screen where I could have used like 300%
Oh.
to search, but that's all right. It's okay.
Ah.
We'll try
Well,
and do it
let's,
now.
Let's just call this episode a wrap.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for your support in today's episode. You guys nailed it. You
Leave
guys
a
are the
like.
best. We're so great. So while we're searching for our encounters, which might take us 75 minutes anyway, oh, you can get it in the water over here. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can walk in the water and get an encounter. So one thing I was going to say was, and I was talking about this on the stream 4 or 5 days ago, I mentioned how I'm potentially going to start leaning away from doing like super long Let's Plays. Oh, you were in the stream for that, I think, right?
Yeah,
or
it was,
maybe
yeah.
I told you about it, but I'm actually really tempted at potentially just doing like page lock, soul link, stuff like that. And then for like other videos for just my channel, it could just end up being like, you know, then we fight videos or something else that I want to do on my channel. Mainly because like, so I don't dislike doing the Let's Plays like Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. It's been really fun to play stuff I've never played before, but like, man, they drag on. Like, some of those series are like 50, 60, 70 episodes, and like, it's, you know, and obviously the audience drops off after a little while. Like, you know, after the first 5 or 10 episodes, most of the people that are there are like the small group that are really, really invested.
Yeah.
And that's not to say I don't appreciate that, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, maybe I don't do those anymore. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But
I think there's no harm in trying to mix up your content.
yeah. Well, I think what I would like to do is if I'm pumping, like if I could get a ton of Then We Fight videos recorded, if the editing is too intense, like I think it is, because you've talked about it with me, I might, depending on how many of them I get done, I might just get an editor so I could pump them out weekly. Like, do one every week.
I get that.
And not just necessarily copy what the bigger YouTubers do. Like, try and come up with my own ideas. Like, you came up with the sexy Pokemon one. People loved that. Like, I saw comments where they were
they did.
that was really cool. I love this idea. It's unique.
Yeah.
And it's also not...
Exactly.
Like, we weren't like, okay, their typing is electric. And it's like, okay, well, now I know it. It was like, this Pokemon might want to slow dance with you, but it also might not love you. And I kind of want to try and maybe do those things. So, yeah. We'll see. But what's going on your screen here? Oh.
I did a curse. That's fine. I'm just going to swap.
Can't switch. You're not allowed. Oh.
Swap my boy. Swap my boy. Okay.
Dude.
Survivor!
I cannot find a custom form in here. I get so
neither can I.
excited
I'm
every
struggling.
time we go to a new route. I'm like, yes, encounter time. And nobody's available for me to get.
I don't think there's that many left. I think, like, we've seen or got so many of them.
Yeah, maybe.
There must be more.
Well, I'm thinking about it now, right? So we know there's the Aerodactyl. We know there's Yveltal.
Yeah.
We know that there is the Chandelure. We know that there
Suicune.
is...
Raikou.
Raikou, yep. We know Wait, Raikou?
imagine-
Oh, yes, Raikou. That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, there you go.
Dunsparce. Oh, wait. Isn't this like Dragon Fairy or something crazy like that? I'm just going to throw a ball.
Oh, there's the Aerodactyl.
Oh, that's your encounter? Oh, no, that's a trainer. Oh,
No,
okay.
no, it's not. It's a trainer. Which is a shame.
That sucks.
I
That'd be a
wouldn't
really
mind
cool Pokemon to add. Okay.
Oh, cool. That big,
1,
sexy
2,
jaw.
3.
Ah, it's
Yes.
going to break out.
First
Oh,
ball. Look at
think
that.
it's
They called me
water. Is
First
it
Ball
water?
Magoo in high school. They
First
called me.
ball Magoo. Oh, I have to
It's
swap
actually Dragon Fairy. I'm not
Dragon
gonna
Fairy?
lie. That's an insane typing. That and Fairy Steel are some of the most broken typings. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
What do you want me to name this? Because you haven't found your encounter yet either. Or should I match this up with your...
No idea.
Should I match this with your other Pokemon? Because if I match this... So you have one in the box. I don't have a Pokemon to match with. If you can't find one in this area, that's silly that we have a pair that isn't matched to anything.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
Let
what was yours called? Do you remember?
I can't remember, but I've just been this trainer. No. Let me...
Wetlicks? Ligma?
No, Wetlicks is on the team. Ligma... What?
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 Do you want me to just wait till you go back to the Pokemon Center?
Yeah, I'm on my way back now.
Gosh, I'm just gonna call it Cheeks.
This
no,
guy.
I'm not gonna call it Cheeks. I'll call it...
No, Brish. I'm sure you can do some editing to get around this. I'm sure this won't even be in the video right now.
It totally won't.
Okay, so let me... See, I told you it wouldn't take long.
That took so long.
So...
Crazy.
Organize
your box. What is this guy?
Hyper,
and that the secondary typing is fairy, just like what mine is. Okay, so Hyper.
Yeah, there we go.
Hyper. Okay,
Grove.
cool. I like it. Nice.
Name the show.
Let's freaking go. So now the next custom form, if I see one here, would be our pairing that would be for this area.
It would.
Cool.
Yes. So this is this is not one.
Nope, it is not.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. What's that Pokemon doing just over there? Hello.
Heck?
What's
it
doing?
It's with its trainer. Yeah.
How do we know that? The trainer's not taking care of it. It's not... You know what's weird? What?
Go ahead. No, good. You're good.
What? Why don't they put Pokemon on leashes?
That's a great point. I really don't know. Can I get out of this battle? Dude,
just
let me
a thought.
run.
Like, why not?
Here's the real question. Why do Pokemon not carry AK-47s like Power World? I mean, like, Power World can do it. I mean, I just don't understand.
Might as well. Pokemon just needs to do it.
I think they should. I mean, it's, you know, like,
game. Yeah.
That's totally
Rocket
what Pokemon's
launches.
all about, you know? I mean...
Yeah, totally is. Okay, this is dupes. I've already got one of these. As nice as it would be, I don't need a second one.
So, okay, so we got the Dunsparce. So, Yveltal, Aerodactyl. There was one that you keep mentioning that I keep forgetting.
Raikou?
Yeah, Raikou.
Whoa, there we go.
That is really cool. I need to try and catch it. Oh, wait, didn't I have that before? I had that in the last attempt. It was grass. I think it's Grass Dragon or something, so pretty cool.
Another Grass Dragon. You know what? It's back up. It's back up, just in case. And watch these kids stay in the ball. Come with me.
I think it's... I could be wrong. By the way, I love that Six's, my Luxray, has Chip Away. Oh, it's Grass Rock. I'm sorry. My bad. I love that I have Chip Away, because Chip Away is like having the Unaware ability where it ignores the stat boost. So when I go for Stab Chip Away, the health bar drops so fast. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. With a capital R.
Okay.
R. Yeah.
Give it capital R. I was going to call this thing Crunchy. However, I'm just going to butcher the spelling and actually decided that, you know what, this actually looks better. So Trunky. It needs to be HY.
Okay.
Trunchy. Because it's grass rock. So what happens when you get grass? It crunches.
I thought.
Like
I thought
crunch.
my nicknames were bad, which they are. Camera, there we
Trunchy.
go. Okay, yep.
Crunch.
Wow.
Crunchy. That's really hard.
I am sorry, guys, that you are getting
really hard to say.
this quality of nicknames.
Crunchy.
Oh,
they are They are absolute quality names. By the way, have you seen? And I haven't. But have you seen the trailer for the X-Men 97 series?
I haven't. I did see someone post it in Discord, and I will probably go watch it later.
Okay.
Oh, I've been meaning. Were you going to go somewhere with that? Or were you just asking if I've seen it?
I just think it's really cool that they're reviving this show from... I remember I was a kid watching it, and the fact that it was like the Avengers before Marvel did the Avengers,
yep.
Where they had like Iron Man crossovers and Spider-Man crossovers. Just Oh, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely
No,
phenomenal.
it definitely was cool. X-Men was great. Yeah, I used to love Gambit. I was always just a big fan of like the cards that he threw, and like I think he had a stick that he
He
hit
did,
people and stuff.
yeah.
He was just really cool. I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was cool. On a separate note, were you ever into Power Rangers?
Oh, yeah. I used to love Power
Okay.
Rangers.
Question. What was your
Power Rangers!
I love it. What was your favorite Power Rangers?
Oh, okay, right.
We're digging in the bag
orig-
here, and there's a reason
okay.
why. I'll talk about that once I.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the original Power Rangers holds a soft spot on my heart with
Mighty
the Green
Morphin.
Ranger, then the White Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Even though that is not the very first Power Rangers, it was the very first Power Rangers outside of Japan. Okay,
Gotcha.
inside of Japan, it was like the 7th or 8th. They've been going for quite a while.
Yeah,
Sensei, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember. Because
Yeah,
I think they
Sentai.
used some of that footage in the Power Rangers
They
Mighty
did.
Morphin or whatever. So yeah.
they did. So basically, anytime you see them in the suits or in the mechs, in the Zords, that is the Japanese actors.
Yep.
And then they just got the American people to film the scenes where they
the
were. And it wasn't
voiceovers.
until they got to, I think, like Turbo, where they actually managed to get the costumes and they could do their own thing. Power Rangers Zeo holds a soft spot in my heart because the Zords were absolutely phenomenal. The costumes were amazing. The black and gold Ranger, I maintain, is one of the best designs that we have ever had, and I don't think it's ever been topped. The design is amazing.
What's Jason from the original Mighty Morphin? Yeah,
yes, the original Reds. Yeah, and then the last one that I watched when I was still at high school, so I was still in year 7 at this point, was Power Rangers Time Force.
Yes.
Time Force.
Yep.
Just so good. It's so good.
So the reason
love that.
So the reason I asked you about that is because I was a big fan of Power Rangers too. I think it's funny you mentioned Time Force. That might have been the last Power Rangers I fully went through and watched.
Yes.
I think that, and I barely even remember that, to be honest. So I found somehow on YouTube, because YouTube does this where it'll bring up something that you didn't, you don't watch on your on YouTube, but it knows you like it and it'll give you the video.
Yeah.
So this video popped up and it was a review of the entire seasons of all the Power Rangers, and he breaks
Really?
down this guy has these videos on his channel where it's like the entirety of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, all the episodes.
Does he wear
recaps them.
Does he wear fedora?
No, he does.
Okay, it's
let me
not
look
who
it up
I'm
really
thinking
quick
of.
because
Then.
I actually want to find it now.
Yeah.
So I watched, and his videos are like an hour and a half to 2.5 hours long. Like I spent a while watching
Deep dive
this,
into
but it was really
fantastic.
cool
I love
because
that.
he goes through every episode, but he only summarizes like important stuff. So if there's filler episodes,
Okay,
he's like, okay, well this episode, Jason talks to Tommy and he says this, and that's about it. The guy's name, or the YouTuber's name is, I can find him just in case people are watching and they want to watch this person too.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay, their name is Connor the Waffle, which is a great name, Connor the Waffle.
Heard.
So what
Never
was
heard of that.
really cool about watching his videos was that I was able to watch Power Rangers again, sort of, because he shows a lot of the scenes, but he obviously summarizes because he can't just play full episodes.
Yeah.
My favorite of all time, and it's not even close, is Power Rangers in Space. I loved Power Rangers in Space, and the reason why
I
was
never watched them.
really, dude, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
It is, I think it was very much loved by the fans, and it was meant to be a send-off, I believe a final send-off for the Zordon era. The Zordon...
It was, yes.
Yep.
He dies at the end of it, doesn't he?
Without spoiling anything, I mean, yeah, like there's more to it than
Spoilers
just that.
for like 20 odd years ago.
Yeah,
folks.
right. Yeah, spoilers. Whoa. But it's such a good series because it is so unique, in my opinion, and this is just an opinion. This is not like facts. Oh, okay, we're fine. I'm part steel, so it's neutral.
Okay. Cool.
It's very unique because like just the story itself is very well done. Like, it's not just, okay, they're in high school and a monster shows up and that's it. Like, they've just got to defeat the monster. There's a lot of, like, really good depth to some of the episodes. And, it's got my favorite Red Ranger in it, Andros. He's the leader of the team. He is so cool. He's got such a good story. If you get a chance, I would recommend watching it even now in our 30s. Like, it's actually really good. But I ended up watching his review of the show, and ironically, he loved Power Rangers in Space as well. That was his favorite. The reviews are really good. Like, he goes in depth about, like, each episode, but he also talks about, like, what happened behind the scenes. The one thing I didn't know was that the Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin, Billy, the actor was, I didn't know this, apparently, so he was gay, or is gay, sorry.
Yes.
And
he was bullied.
Apparently was heavily bullied, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's really interesting is, in Zeo, when they introduced the Black Power Ranger, or sorry, the Gold Ranger, which is played by the guy who did Jason. The fans originally, what he was saying when I watched the Zeo video he did, the fans originally thought it was going to be Billy who became the Gold Ranger. Yeah, because so I heard, when they lost their Mighty Morphin powers, Billy never got Zeo powers because they had Rocky, who replaced Jason as the Red Ranger. Tommy became the new Red Ranger. Rocky became Blue. So Billy was out of being a Ranger. Yeah. A lot of fans apparently back in the day really wanted Billy to be the Ranger, and he was going to do it, but he backed out because of how much bullying he got. Otherwise, we would have had him as the Ranger. So what happened was the cast and crew, they were going to make him the Gold Ranger, apparently. But because he backed out, they eventually just were like, all right, we'll just go with Jason and do it that way. But it's really fascinating to hear some of the backstories with them. Tommy and Jason, those actors hated each other. They were not, like, they had so many problems with each other.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that.
They apparently on screen, like, obviously they played, the role of being, like, close friends. But no, they were not friends at all. Yeah.
Wow, that's
But it was
crazy.
really cool to, like, dive back into my memories of, like, Power Rangers again. It was cool.
Yeah. Power Rangers is just one of those things, again, like, so nostalgic for it. And, I've watched the new Power Rangers movie. I say new Power Rangers movie. The recent Power Rangers movie that came out. And, it had some really good actors in it. And, it's just not the same. It's Power Rangers is one of those things where I don't think you can make it dark and gritty. Unfortunately, it has to be, campy. It has to have that kind of style to it.
Yeah, guys, let's all go. Like, it has to be very like, it's got to be like, okay, that's a little, Dude,
they're destroying the city, but we're not going to even talk about how many deaths there probably have been, and the fact that the monster will wait while we, form up and do and morph and all this stuff. Like, wait, when all you go proper,
the parts become like they join together for the Megazord. The monster's like, guys, how long is this taking?
What's going on? What's going on?
Dude, what's funny fantastic. Is the Zords, they're always, like, out in space when they're morphing and, like, combining. Yeah. So I imagine the monster's like,
What is that? What is coming down? It's a meteor! No! Just like...
Oh, it's so funny, dude. I love it.
I tell you what, I never watched Power Rangers in Space, but I must admit the theme tune is probably one of my favorites.
You've seen the intro,
like
five, four, three, two, one.
Rangers in Space.
Dude, their intros were actually really good. Like, going back and listening to them,
fantastic.
I was shocked at how, like, okay, this is really catchy. Like, dude,
so good. So
good, man. Yeah, if you get a chance and you're, like, super bored and you're like, I got nothing to watch, I'd say it's worth giving it a shot. It's really good because the story focuses, like, I feel like in a lot of Power Rangers shows, and this is why In Space caught my attention so much, in a lot of the Power Rangers seasons, it's like they're in high school, they fight the monster, there's some filler episodes, and then they fight the very big bad guy at the end. But I feel like within Space, there's and I don't want to say anything to spoil it in case you end up watching it, but like there's a lot of like stuff that carries over into other episodes. So there's not,
right.
It didn't feel like there was a ton of filler. It felt like they actually were continuing to add on to this very confusing, or not confusing, well, as a kid, I guess it was confusing, but a little bit of a confusing story and characters that are not who you think they are. Okay, this is really neat. Quick question, can we get an encounter this way? No, we cannot.
No, not yet. Oh, so we can do the gym, though. So it's the gym,
Already?
the Pokeball. Yeah, straight into another one.
Jesus.
Honestly, this game is so weird with how it, like, just balances out how they do things. Also, don't look at me, I'm on the toilet.
Haven't we just, we just
poop.
did, you're in the toilet, okay.
Poop.
Well.
Poop. Poop.
Dude, we have done,
Poop.
that means we've done 3 gyms in 3 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, isn't it?
What? I don't know that I'm ready. So wait, you want to do the gym before the Pokeball
first,
Factory?
Well, I don't know if you can do the Pokeball Factory beforehand. I mean, feel free to look it up. I'm happy to do that if that's an option. But I quite like the idea of beating some of these trainers for a little bit of experience, because I've just realized this trainer has level 42 Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, can you use the rod?
I can use the rod here, yep. But only me, because I'm the
okay. Okay, you're the cool one. You're the cool one of the bunch.
Not custom one. Well, we've got 2 rods now, so we should get more options for encounters.
And if you're using the good rods, you should get a pool of encounters rather than just one.
Yeah, but the... Literally what... Okay. Sorry, it's fine. Don't listen to me. It's alright. It's fine, dude.
No, it's fine. No, I know exactly what you meant. Okay,
I got a Tortuga! Nice. That's so exciting.
Tortuga!
Let's see what's on my old rod.
Pokemon, Power Rangers, and just nostalgia. So much nostalgia.
Dude,
I love
I'm
it.
actually really excited to watch more of his videos. So I've watched... I didn't watch the OG Mighty Morphin breakdown that he does, because Mighty Morphin was such a long season, because they did season 1 and 2, whereas all the others only did 1 season. It's 2.5 hours the video is. I'm like, I need time to like...
2.5 hours.
It's a lot.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's insane. But it was really good. Like, it was such a like... I don't know, it felt good to watch him break down the in-space episodes, because a lot of it I didn't remember. I haven't seen it in like 15, 20 years. So for him to break it down and show the episodes, I was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, one thing I do love about In Space, which I won't say what or who it is, but I will just say that there are, oh, yes, this is my encounter.
Oh, he got it.
Wait, do I want to match this up with your Drudagon? We can just do that, right?
Yes, that's what you're doing.
Let's do it. Yeah. I will just say this. There is something in Power Rangers in Space called the Psycho Rangers, and it is really cool. I'm not going to say...
Psycho Rangers.
Yep, not going to say
I've
anything
heard about
else.
them before.
It is the best arc of any Power Rangers show that I've ever seen. In my personal opinion, it is that good.
Okay, wow.
It does such a good job of what I talked about earlier with the whole thing with anime, where it's like the hero gets beat down, they've got to find a way to come back. There's a group called the Psycho Rangers that the Power Rangers legitimately cannot beat for like 10 episodes. Like, they constantly fight them, and the only chance, even when they fight them 1-on-5, they still lose. It's so difficult. Dude, it's such a good season. I really love it. It's so good.
How old were you when you were watching that season?
So, I'm trying to think. So, I actually, you know what's funny? To get to the age answer, so I remember In Space finished, and there was a new show coming on TV, and for my 7th birthday, I made my parents and sister watch the opening episode of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Because Lost Galaxy followed up right behind In Space. And Lost Galaxy, I asked them for my 7th birthday, can you guys watch it? It was a Saturday morning.
Oh,
they got up and watched it with
adorable.
me. Yeah. And all 3 of them were like, do we have to keep watching this?
What is this?
Why are we
this
doing
show
this?
that we're watching?
But I think, so Lost Galaxy, I think I was 7 or 8. maybe I'm mixing up the ages, but Lost Galaxy came out. I saw that at 7 or 8 years old. So In Space must have been 7 or 6 years old. I think it was like the year before.
It's been so many since then.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm trying to, okay, off the top of my head, so I'm not going to get them all. So Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Turbo, Power Rangers In Space, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Mystic Quest, I think.
Quest, yep. There's
Samurai.
There's
Ninja Storm.
Wildcats.
Wild Force.
It's Wild Force. You're right. Sorry.
Wild Force. Dino Fury. Dino Charge. RPM, which is apparently set in an alternate universe. There's one where the pirates, but they can morph into any previous one.
What did you name Drotagon?
Crunchy, but with CHR.
Crunchy, CH. So wait.
That's CH.
Okay.
And then just Crunchy is normal.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Crunchy. Crunchy, yeah. But dude, yeah, no, there's a lot of Power Rangers. The thing that stinks is like, at least from what I've heard, is that the it's definitely gotten worse over the years, like in terms of like the storyline and like the way it's played out. At least from what I've heard. I mean, that's just what I hear people say online. But yeah, dude, it's opened up like a whole memory bank of stuff that I haven't thought about for like 20 years, and it's just so cool. I don't know, it's awesome.
Good old Power Rangers. Honestly, the looking back, like. So looking back, I always used to be like amazed whenever it was like, oh, here are your new Zords, new weapons. These are things that you've unlocked. And looking back, I didn't realize, but as an adult, I can recognize it. Oh, it's just to sell more toys.
Yes.
It's like,
100%.
oh, you got to get the new toys. That's why they're only one season a piece, because it means that every single year they can roll out the new toys. And it's a bit like Pokemon, where it's actually really clever of, oh no, you haven't watched the previous 20 seasons of Power Rangers. You don't need to. Just jump on here. You can just jump on this episode. And it's absolutely fantastic that they do that and it works. And I'm amazed that it is still going.
They're doing something right.
Like,
yeah.
They are. They absolutely are. Right. I'm also now going to jump into the gym.
Do I get... I struggle with getting to this gym later. Yeah, I don't know where to go.
So... there's a very simple method to getting from the start to the end of this gym, and that is just to run around and jump on every single teleporter pad until eventually you get there.
Genius.
And that's all I'm going to do, because I have no idea how to do this. I remember I memorized this for a Versus once upon a time.
Did you really?
Wow. But I literally... it was literally the day of recording, and I just kept, like... 1, 2, 3, but like, and just like counting in my head until I got the number in, and I don't remember it now. I haven't got a clue. It's the same with Sabrina's gym. I don't have to do Sabrina's gym.
I remember. I think it was for the 3-way versus with you and Soul. There was an episode where like I knew where I was at, and I was like, okay, well, I don't remember where I'm going next. I'm just gonna like look it up, and I'll memorize the route. And I remember like I think I brought up that I did that to Soul, or like. I think you had mentioned it. He was so... I remember he was so pissed, and I was like, oh, whoops. I didn't know we weren't doing that. Sorry, guys. Like, whoopsies.
I get it. And
sorry.
Like, the thing... Yeah, I can just imagine Soul being absolutely livid with it. Oh, I love that. I get it. I get it from his point of view. I do get it. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I want to have a chance of winning, and if that means I have to swat up.
Yeah. You and I are competitive. That's why. We do that stuff. Yeah. He's just in it for the content and the fun, and that's fair. I mean, I'm not against that,
fair.
But that's why I do those things, and I strategize. That's why I love cage locks, because I love strategy and ahead of time and prepping and looking up stuff. By the way, completely going in a whole other direction. Star Wars has announced that in theaters in May, I think it's May 4th or 5th, the Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
I'm half tempted. You know what?
I'm going to go.
I was about to say I'm half tempted. I was about to say I'm half tempted to go watch it. I actually went a few years ago when they did it in 3D.
Oh, did
I
you?
went to see
I
it
didn't
with,
do that.
with my mate. Yeah. Just like honestly, despite the issues with Star Wars, there is something about, you know, in a galaxy a long time ago, in a galaxy far away, and it's just like, oh, this is phenomenal. This is absolutely amazing.
It's so good. So fun fact, so Phantom Menace, that came out when I was 9 or 10 years old.
1999 it came out. I was 10.
Yeah, so, oh no, you're right. Yeah, so I would have been either right before I was turning 10 or I might have just turned 10. But that was the first of many, many Star Wars movies that my dad and I went to go see in the theater. So my dad took me to see it, and he was like, hey, like, because he had already shown me at that point the original 3 movies, I think. And he was like, hey, do you want to go see this with me? And I'm like 7 or 8 years, or no, I'm 9 or 10 years old. And I was like, yeah, it sounds good. And I went, and ever since The Phantom Menace, him and I have seen every Star Wars movie together, and it's been fun.
Wow.
I love anytime I can see another movie, I'm down for it. So yeah, dude, I asked him, I texted him the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's back. And he's like, yeah, we've got to go see it. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Good old fat mate. Like, actually, they've spoken about a lot of Star Wars content that is coming out.
Yeah.
So we got, what did we get announced? So we got the Rey movie is going to be coming out. We've got The Mandalorian and Grogu, which, like, give us a better title, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. We've got Andor Season 2, which I am so looking forward to because Andor Season 1 was phenomenal in my opinion. I
actually haven't finished
that show.
I haven't finished it.
Have you not?
I only watched...
Not a fan or just...
So I'm gonna be honest, I am a really big lightsaber and Force fanboy, and so with no Force or lightsabers, I'm kind of like, eh. To be fair though, I loved Rogue One, so like maybe I would like it, but I just need to give it a shot and try it.
Rogue One, I still maintain, is the best. I don't know. I told you my tactic earlier, and it works. Okay, just go on every single bad. Like, I still maintain Rogue One is quite possibly the best Star Wars movie we've had since Disney took over.
Yeah.
I like Rogue One is phenomenal. It's what Star Wars should feel like, and that ending scene with Darth Vader, like you get to the end of Rogue One and you're like, okay, you know what, this was a really good film, and then Darth Vader shows up and it just elevates. It's like, oh, okay, this is kind of like what a Star Wars version of a post-credit scene is, of just Darth Vader just going, oh, he's about to absolutely wreck.
I could not believe watching that, like how good that was, and like the guy who's like trying to open the door and he's like passing the chip through. Take it, and he just obliterate, like, dude, the Force throwing him on the ceiling and the walls, like he was coming to destroy everybody on that ship, and it was. But see,
it was
like that's the kind of thing that I get so excited for, is like the Force lightsaber stuff. Like that's
and the more you actually read about that, the more like. It just doesn't make sense in some regards, because the fact that like Darth Vader is on the ship and like all of a sudden it's like he's hidden there and he's not breathing, which means he has to turn off his actual like mechanical function just for dramatic effect. But that is so what Anakin would do in like the Clone Wars for that dramatic reason. And I've seen a meme where it's like it's in A New Hope, and you know when Darth Vader at the start of the film confronts Princess Leia, and Princess Leia is like, we're on a diplomatic mission from Alderaan. And the start of the meme is like the end of Rogue One. Then it shows that, and then it's Darth Vader just going, "Listen, you little shit! Like, I have just seen your ship leave. I know that's an absolute outright lie. I have followed you here. Do not lie to me." It's just absolutely phenomenal.
I love the there's so many people online that do like theories of like what would have happened if it's basically what if for Marvel, but for Star Wars. And what's crazy is like the whole like, you know, Anakin focuses so heavily trying to save Padme that he ends up killing her. What happens if Anakin just says, you know what? I'm going to meditate. I'm going to let the Force just take me. And I'm going to let things happen and just trust that, like, things are going to work out. I know that's silly because he, you know, he's a young adult, so he's going to stress about it. But, like, what would have happened? And, like, the theories are so cool. Like, I love
It's one of those two. It's one of those two.
Yeah, I was
It's
just trying
that one.
to. Yeah,
It's that one in the back.
I think,
yeah.
you nailed it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I should be fine. I take this thing out, and that's it.
Bomber snow.
Level 42.
You got it. Yeah,
For flying, but it's
the
fine.
more you think about Anakin's story, the more it's just like, oh, that poor kid. Like,
dude,
he actually would have been better just being left on Tatooine. And I know that's horrible because he was a slave, but at least he was looked after by Watto, and his mum was looked after. And just
yeah,
it's
crazy.
Just what happened to.
However, the question I always would love to know is what would have happened if Ahsoka had stuck around? Because if Ahsoka stuck around, there's a good chance that she could have talked him out of it. Or, and I think too, if I remember correctly, with Anakin, it didn't help his, like, it didn't help him when she left because he had issues already with the Council.
Yeah.
And so when they did that to Ahsoka, it was like, okay, you're making me want to quit too, and I guess slaughter all the younglings. Are we jumping into the gym leader?
Are we saving,
or should we save it for next episode?
let's wrap this episode up here because then we can get in a sneaky another one.
Get another one done, guys. We're getting a sneaky another one. We'll see you guys next time. Hit the like button, subscribe for more Star Wars, Marvel, Pokemon, Power Rangers, Yu-Gi-Oh content. Till next time, we're out.
Yeah.
Peace.
Boy.